definitely not an acceptable duck face. Anyways, so I want to talk about something that has happened to me twice very recently. Really, one was a really big step for me, something that I never thought I would be able to do. And now that I've done it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could go back in life and like take back all that time that I wasted. But there was this guy that I really liked, like forever, and I didn't really talk to him that much, and I kept wondering and convincing myself that he liked me too, even though he never talked to me ever. Like, we almost went a whole year without talking to each other. Yeah, I'm a little dense. But anyway, so one night I was just super frustrated with this whole, like literal obsessing, thinking about him every day kind of thing. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I need to take care of this because I just can't go through life like this. I know it sounds stupid, but like I needed to take care of it. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just casually, just ask him what happened. So I texted him. No, I didn't text him because I had deleted his phone number. I was very childish. And I deleted him on Facebook because I was trying to like get him out of my life, and that didn't work. But anyways, so I sent him a message on Facebook and said, hey, I've got a question for you. The point is, we kind of like renewed our friendship. That wasn't really a friendship, but anyways. And then I was telling a friend of mine who knows both of us, like a mutual friend of ours. I don't know. Anyways, I was telling a friend of mine who knows the guy about what happened, and she was like, I said, I just want to tell him how I feel just to get it out and like just to get it off my chest. And she was like, you should do it. And even though my phone was in my purse on the floorboard of her car, like it was within reach, if I had had it in my hand at that moment, I definitely would have done it. Like I almost did it. And then I was like, you're crazy. That's silly. And then I think it was 2 days later, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to do this. I need to do it because I know. And then I was like, I know what the answer is going to be. And this is what I thought it was going to be. Something about God's planning and timing and yada, yada, yada. It's not what God has for me right now. I don't like you. BT dub, I have a girlfriend. Or, something like that. So once I convinced myself and I really thought about it, I was like, this is going to be his answer. Like, I'm smart enough to know that he doesn't like me, even though I'm stupid enough to hope that he does. So I texted him and I told him, I was like, yeah, I kind of have a crush on you. I have had one for the last year. And he was really nice about it. And he told me, he was like, wow. He was like, can I have some time to think about this? And I was like, you don't have to give me an answer. Like, I just wanted to tell you. And then for like 2 days, I was like, oh my gosh, I should have demanded that he gave me an answer because I'm going to drive myself crazy, like thinking like, well, maybe he does like me. Please don't laugh at how stupid I am. So then, I did something to kind of like initiate conversation again. I was like, you forgot about me, again. And he responded saying something like, basically like, I'm flattered, but I don't feel the same way about you right now, and something else. And I was like, that's cool. Thanks. That's all. And like I said, I hadn't expected anything to come of it. I had hoped, but I definitely hadn't expected. So afterwards, I was just like, whew, this is fantastic. I told like all my girlfriends. I told both my sisters. I told my best friend at work. All these people who like knew the guy. And I was like, I did it. I told him, and he doesn't like me back, but I told him. So I got friend zoned, which I did not realize until yesterday. But I got friend zoned, and like not even friend zoned actually. I got like somebody that I used to know zoned. Me and Gauthier are gonna hang out. So, not that I'm fickle, I'm not. I'm just confused. There's another guy that I work with that I would not say I'm on the same level of this other guy that I liked, but I really liked him and I was pretty attracted to him, and I flirted with him all the time at work, and we have huge issues being friends because I'm insanely jealous, even though it hasn't gone out, like, it hasn't been said that I like him, and people used to say that he liked me too, and I think I believed it. So then I was like, well, if he likes me and I like him, why is he being stupid and doing all this stuff? And, you know, oh, he went out on a date with this girl, and I think he likes this other girl. And I was just having issues. And because of that, it was causing issues in our friendship. Like, we're both so crazy. So last night, as I was leaving, he was on break, so I just told him, like, talked to him, and we said everything that we needed to say, and it was wonderful. And, you know, I told him, I said, do you even think that working on, like, being friends is worth it? Because I think it is, but, you know, I'm high maintenance, and you might not want to do that. Like, I don't want to be your only friend that you have to consistently work at this and be like, what's wrong this time? What's wrong this time? So we had pretty much said everything we wanted to say, and then I said something else, and I was like, you know, I feel like whatever. And then he was so confusing, but he basically said, like, do you like me? And I was confused, and I think I said yes, which is not a lie. It's not what I was meaning to say, and it's not what I thought he was saying, but I think that's what happened. And so he was like, well, you know, I just want to be friends, you know, like, I just don't see myself in a relationship right now. You know, that might not be for a while, or it might be next week. And I'm like, you could have just left it with, it might even be for a while, okay? But fine, I mean, I get it. So when I told my coworker, my best friend at work, this, she said something about the friend zone, and I realized, oh my word, I've been friend zoned, not once, twice. And so I was okay, again, I was okay when I left. I was like, you know, it's really good to get that out. Like, I think I'm okay now that I know that he doesn't like me. Maybe I'll stop being so psycho. But anyways, that was the hopes. So I went home and I went to Emily's, and I didn't really say anything. I had texted my friend to let her know what had happened, so I just forwarded the same text to Emily. And she read it, and she was like, wow, so whatever, and we talked about it. And then I just definitely ended up, like, sobbing on her. Not particularly because of that, but because of, you know, oh, alone, and I'm gonna die alone, and wow. But I went to work today and worked with him, and at first I felt kind of awkward, and then after that I felt kind of, like, despairing, and then after that I was like, who cares? We're still friends. It's great, you know. So I guess all that long rambling is just to say, you know, I did something I never thought I could do. And when I realized it, I think it was yesterday, I was like, you know, if I had told the obsession of the 5 years of my teenage years, I'm crazy. I've told you, I'm crazy. It's probably why I'm single. But if I had told that guy all those years ago that I liked him, and he told me, I don't like you. And I'm sure I was a lot more emotionally unstable then than I am now. But I would have gone through that heartbreak of, oh my gosh, we're not going to get married. And I would have moved on. And that would have been amazing. Not that it's completely wasted, and who knows, like, I probably would have found someone else to obsess over and break my heart over, because that's what I do. I just move from one guy to another guy to another guy, so who knows the next one's gonna be. Oh, you better watch yourself. But doing it was just not as scary as I thought it was. And I kind of feel sorry for the poor guys that I had to, like, thrust that upon, because I realized, you know, I like my position a lot better. I don't know why, but I don't know how I would handle that in their situation. Like, have someone that you maybe like as a friend, or maybe you even don't like, to come to you and be like, I have feelings for you. And then you have to stand there and be like, yeah, I don't like you like that. Like, and crush their heart or whatever. I don't know. So that's me. I confessed my feelings to someone twice. Once on purpose, the other time on accident. And it really looks like I'm sunburnt in these videos. I watched another one. and I look sunburnt, but I'm not. Okay, so that's the end of my long story. It's a 10-minute video, and I'm really sorry. I just get distracted, and I need something to keep me on track. But, you know, if anyone watches this and thinks, I want to tell a guy I like that I like him, but I can't because I'm afraid, or because you know what? Try it. Just try it, because the absolute best could happen, and the absolute worst is that they're going to tell you that they don't like you. That's what I had to tell myself. What is the absolute worst that could happen? And I thought it out in my head, and I was like, yeah, I can survive that. So, you know, don't let fear hold you back, even in something as simple as telling someone how you feel. It was totally worth it. And I still have my moments of angst and emo and no one loves me feelings, but I'm really proud of myself, and that's not something I say often. So, the end.